If you've been through emotional trauma, emotional neglect, emotionally toxic relationships in the past, and you're on your journey to heal, right? Have you ever come across somebody that just tells you to love yourself? That's all you have to do is love yourself and everything will be fine. And as they're talking, you may have had certain visuals that have come up because it's so frustrating sometimes. Sometimes people mean the best by telling you to just love yourself. But honestly, when you're coming out of trauma and you've been chewed up and spit out by someone else, and somebody tells you to love yourself, it can almost sound like they're speaking a different language. Like it doesn't make sense. Now, I'm probably the person that at times people have wanted to smack when I've said, just love yourself. Okay. In fact, just to show you that, I put up a video on my other channel not too long ago, and I got this response underneath. Everyone always says love yourself, but what the heck does that even mean? What is it supposed to feel like? How do I know when I'm loving myself? Go for a nice romantic stroll with myself and whisper sweet I love yous into my ear? Grab my own butt and spin myself around and start dancing with myself? How do I come up behind myself when I'm washing up and slip my arms around me and start kissing my own neck and get me all turned on and then go make mad love to myself? Buy myself a nice bunch of flowers? Propose to myself? Okay, so I'm being a bit silly and I'm aware that love is deeper than the examples I have left, but what do you actually do? I'm totally at a loss with what that means. So when I read that, first I had to laugh. I thought it was hilarious. I wasn't laughing at the person. I honestly thought it was funny, but so accurate and so true, because when I thought about loving myself when I was in the beginning of my healing journey, I didn't know what that meant either. So today I want to share with you some things I've learned along the way, and hopefully they'll help you. The first thing that I learned along the way of learning to love myself was that it's not necessarily what I do on the outside that is going to guarantee that I feel self-love. Okay. In other words, yes, we need the actions, but actions alone are not enough. And if you think about a relationship, this makes total sense. Okay. So imagine you're in a relationship with somebody who every day does something special for you. Maybe one day they cook dinner for you, nice candlelit dinner. The next day, they come home from work and they have a beautiful arrangement of flowers. The weekend comes and they take you away to this spa where you can just spoil yourself. That sounds pretty good, you might be thinking, right? But now imagine that that person that is doing all of these external acts of love is also cheating on you, and behind your back says horrible things about you and causes everyone to look at you in disgust. Now, how do those external actions feel? They're meaningless, right? They are meaningless if it's out of congruency with what the person does behind closed doors. Well, guess what? It's the same thing with how we love ourselves. I can go right now and draw up a beautiful bubble bath, right? I can take myself to the nail salon and get my nails done, get a manicure, get a pedicure. I can buy myself flowers. And by the way, all of those things are awesome things to do. I am not telling you to not do those things. But what I am telling you or encouraging you to do is, along with the things that you do for yourself, what do you do behind closed doors or in the confinements of your mind? How do you talk to yourself? When you make a mistake, are you in your mind, are you kicking yourself when you're down? Are you insulting yourself when you don't measure up to so-called perfection? Are you pushing and pushing and pushing yourself and never seeing your value because in your eyes, nothing you do is enough? So notice all the external actions are meaningless if they are not met with the internal self-love. So the three things needed when it comes to self-love is, first, how you talk to yourself, the things you say to yourself, changing your inner dialogue. And guess what? That sounds easy. But if you've been through past trauma, you probably have the dialogue of abusive people in your mind, and learning how to shift from their negative dialogue to your empowering dialogue takes a bit of time. It takes effort to learn how to treat yourself differently on the inside. The second thing is emotionally. How do you treat your emotions? Imagine if you're with somebody and they're sad and you're just like, oh, you're sad? Well, I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to go work. Or you're feeling scared. Oh, well, you know what? I need a drink. Keep talking. I'm just going to drink as you talk. Or you pick up the remote control and you're vegging out and somebody's telling you how they feel. And you're like, yeah, okay. And you're just vegging out on something on television. Is that person going to feel like you love and care about them? No. Well, it's the same thing with our feelings. When our feelings come up in our body, self-love is learning how to be there for your feelings, learning how to listen, learning how to nurture and not ignore or mistreat your feelings. And then the third thing is the actions, the external actions that give evidence of how you feel internally. It's those three things that are like the combination lock to learning how to self-love. So those are some tips. I will be talking a lot more about self-love. So if you are not already subscribed, make sure to do so and hit that bell icon so you're notified of my upcoming videos that are all designed to be focused on the inner healing after trauma.